I'm recording this one in the evening, and I had this feeling like I should just do a reading right now. Largely because I'm bored. I don't really know what else to do with myself right now. I think I've talked all my friends out. It's Saturday. Everybody else is kind of doing their own thing. Something that's really changed in my life in the last, I don't know, probably the last 4 or 5 months recently, is that in a lot of ways, the people who I interact with more and more are the ones who share, right, what I'm focused on. I've heard people talk about this sort of like in the, in that manifesting mindset kind of stuff. But I do think there is something to the idea that where your mind goes, so do the world's resources go. And so do where other people's minds go, if they're aligned with it. Like, I can align myself with a lot of different topics. But, tarot is one of those things that's really taken up a lot of mental space for me. Love, friendship, relationships. Certainly certain aspects of my current job. What is not taking up as much space for me is my old arts, my old life. It feels like right now. Drawing comics, that form of storytelling. For me, tarot has really taken over as the form of storytelling that my mind feels focused on. And I think largely because it's the directness of it. It's also that I can tell a story in 30 minutes. Whereas when I was drawing comics, 30 minutes might get me like halfway done with drawing a panel. I don't know, I'm doing the math on that, and I'm like, yeah, it seems a little more efficient just to do a tarot reading, and talk with somebody about, something they may be going through directly. It's not just healing for the other person, it's healing for me. So we're like 3 minutes into this video, I haven't even started pulling cards, so I should probably get started. Justice. Somebody is weighing out the right and wrong of a given situation. Are weighing out two sides, two different perspectives, and seeing both sides objectively, seeing both sides, putting themselves into each person's shoes, whether or not that's their own shoes and maybe the person they're in conflict with. I do that. I do that a lot, to a fault. The thing about fairness is that we often sacrifice ourselves out of fairness to the other person. And it's certainly important to put yourself in the other person's shoes, but also critically important, don't throw your own shoes away. keep the shoes, right? The Fool, new beginning, taking a leap of faith. It's a very these are very opposite sort of ideas, because this is somebody who is grounded in assessing everything from a point of view of, it's like an overview sort of perspective, whereas this is, there may be no point of view. This is somebody who's just like if you've ever danced and you're so deep into the dance that you're not even really in your body, you're more in the dance hall. This is that kind of situation. So these could be two different people, two different personality types. Or this could be two sides of a person. Could be me. It kind of sounds like me right now. So, Justice and the Fool. Ace of Wands. This is a new direction. This is very much in alignment with the Fool, right? This could be what is unconsciously guiding the Fool off the cliff, where he's going to take the leap into some new direction in life. Not knowing where it's going to go, trusting that it'll get him there. Trusting the left part of the brain that says we can assess and ascertain the right path and the wrong path. But maybe also, this is a weird read on Justice, but it's almost like a Zen read. This makes me think of the double bind. The Zen double bind, like being caught in a situation where there is no right or wrong move that you can make. Either move sends you to death. Either move, gives you a new life to live. So just pick one. It doesn't matter which one. They're both viable in the eyes of God. Oh, okay. I don't know where this reading is going. Lovers. That's also choice. It's a card of choice as well. Justice and Lovers. Weighing out two different people, perhaps? The Fool would be happy with either choice. Doesn't matter. Justice says Justice wants to weigh them out. Wants to weigh out which course, which direction, which lover, which partner, which husband, which wife. With compassion, right? I think that's a key word with Justice, is with compassion. With the Fool, it's not so much about compassion, but passion. And a delirious kind of passion. A passion to return to the Garden of Eden, return to that sort of innocent sensuality. And that might be the direction, the inspiration that is driving the Fool off the cliff. Magician. Oh, this is going to be another one of those readings where it's just like all major arcana cards. Uh, the Magician. Card of initiation. A card of somebody who has all of the elements together. I have a friend who opens up her circles by invoking the elements, and this is very much, the Magician is that kind of card of somebody who calls forth all the elements to initiate the circle, initiate the friend group, or initiate the connection, to initiate the conversation. There's a lot of mad energy. This is a mad energy read. Like, I don't know. I don't know where this is going yet. I don't have a narrative thread. It's like, I mean, I look at the Fool and the Magician. These are complementary in a sense because they're both initiatory energies. But the Fool is initiating for the hell of it. The Magician is initiating with a concrete idea in mind, a concrete purpose. The Magician is somebody they've weighed out all the options, they've gathered all the materials, they have done the reading, they've done the homework, they're ready. And I would say, to a certain extent, in order to initiate something, you do have to have a certain amount of this going on, where you just go to hell with it. To absolute hell with it. Let's just go for it. So this might be somebody who is invoking their love into their life. But I need another card to clarify this, because I'm not, like, is Lovers a choice that is being made, or is Lovers like, this is, like, I need to figure out what the connection is here between Magician and Lovers. Seven of Wands. So progress of this Ace of Wands energy from, here's the inspiration, here's the boundaries. This is like setting up the circle, the boundaries, the protective bubble in order to initiate this magic spell. Still hasn't really resolved my question. I think somebody is defending a choice in love and is willing to accept that they are going, they're going for broke on this. They've weighed the costs. They've assessed in full fairness to all parties, and they have said, I'm fighting for love on this one. I'm going to defend this. If it means I have to, like, gather heaven and earth together, if I'm going to have to just, like, all the angels and all the demons, and just get them all together to make this work for me. And this is happening from a place of a new plan, a new goal to protect this love. Why? Why is Seven of Wands so defensive? Hierophant. So there's some aspect about this relationship that is going against the grain of like social order. This is possibly, not being accepted. Oh, I'm losing my cards. Not being accepted socially, not being accepted in community, religiously, perhaps. Perhaps this is a relationship that lies outside of typical monogamy, or maybe this is a relationship that came out of, a little bit of, maybe somebody was already in a relationship and then met their soulmate and was like, oh crap, that wasn't supposed to happen, right? Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. No. And so now this person is in defense mode. There may be even divorce involved. It's starting to shape up into that kind of scenario. And that's a rough situation to be in for whoever is going through it. For these lovers, I want to find out, is it going to work out for them? Oh, okay. Well, great. The end. See you later. Bye. Good reading. I mean, I guess I would call that a yes. It's going to work out fine. But it looks like getting to that point of attainment, there's quite a road ahead of them. There's at least some struggle that involves a bunch of people. That involves, the involvement of family and friends and random people you don't ever even talk to, but they heard about it on Facebook and were just like, I just heard about what's going on, and you're just like, why are you even talking to me about this? Like, if you're not going to be supportive, just like get out. Like, get out. This is what this card is about, right? Seven of Wands is just like, look, if you're not going to support me on this, just leave me alone. Like, I've heard, like, I've done the work here. I've made this decision. I took this chance. I took this chance on love. And you know what's really interesting in this reading is I'm not really seeing anything that's like it's not that bitter of a situation. Which is why I'm thinking there's not really a divorce situation going on here. I think the Justice card, it really is more about whoever this is, they've really weighed it out, right? And there doesn't seem to be a huge karmic backlash. It's really just more of a social, like, that's where the backlash is. It's just like, all the hens in the hen house just chirping along. But, I mean, things are going to change. There's going to be some loss here. This is a love that is going to work out great, but there is going to come a cost, right? There's going to be big changes that happen because of it. Because you've made a choice that impacted a lot of people. And so, you're going to have people who are on your side, and then you're going to have people who are not on your side. And that's just that's just the consequence of shooting from the hip, taking a leap of faith. That's a consequence of living an honest, sincere life. And that change, that, that death of the old self is inevitable and unavoidable. It's gonna happen. And it's ultimately worth it. So because I just wanted to show y'all, magician and world are in many ways, this is like this is like the Charmander, and this is like the Charizard, right? Like, this is like fully evolved. And if you're wondering which one is Charmeleon, that's Wheel of Fortune. So there you go. This is this is such a dumb comparison. I love it though. This is like your first edition holofoil Charizard. You have gone through all the phases of transformation and, Pokevolution, this metaphor. And even like, you've lost some battles, you've had to revive several times, you found your proper match, you found your team. And, you've managed to level up. And maybe there were a couple of rare candies on the way. I don't even know how many people are going to get this metaphor. But anyway, this is like full trajectory. This is initiation. This is attainment of what was initiated. And this was the ultimate subject of initiation, right? That full spectrum divine kind of love, the kind of love that, you don't just trip into it. You don't just it doesn't happen overnight. It's the kind of love where you meet somebody and you go, I need to know more about that person. And you invest time into it, right? But like I said, there is also this, right? All this problem. And what comes, what comes with it. So my advice to you right now, if this is you, really root yourself into what homework did you initially do that brought you to this point where you said, yeah, okay, this is worth taking that leap. I mean, look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana cards on the table out of 9. This is a big deal energy. We can make it 10 cards just for the hell of it. I mean, why not? Oh, there you go, 6 of Cups. Whoever this is bringing you back to like really innocent. This is like innocent childhood love energy. This is like somebody you met in middle school, somebody you met in like a high school crush, like even like your very first crush kind of energy. highly emotional, highly nostalgic, highly warm and fuzzy, that kind of stuff. Big butterfly in the belly energy. So it makes sense that this is something that you would, be willing to defend. I think the last thing I would say on the matter before I hang it up is don't let your resentment for the disapproval, of those who you feel are causing all this strife in your life, don't let that get in the way of what it is that you're defending. And ultimately what it is it's not the other person that you're defending. It's your choice that you're defending. It is your decision that you're defending. It is your own system of ethics and values that you are defending. It is your willingness to say, the very spirit of the divine has gotten involved in this decision. This wasn't like a willy-nilly, it was kind of a willy-nilly, but it wasn't like it wasn't a decision made out of haste, right? Like, the trigger had to be pulled for this. It didn't just like go off accidentally. It had to be pulled. Names were invoked. Angels were invoked. So don't take it lightly. And don't let other people make you think that it's like, something to be taken lightly. Love shouldn't be taken lightly. Love isn't like, a freaking button you press on your Facebook account. It's not just like a heart icon on Instagram. Love isn't swiping left or swiping right. Like, love is conversation after conversation after conversation, encounter after encounter after encounter. Love is what happens in the same way that, like, you build a castle or you plant a garden or you write a book or you make a spell. You have to gather all those ingredients together. You have to get all the elements together. You have to invoke something very sacred for love. You have to invoke gods and goddesses for love. And in modern society, we've totally forgotten about that. We've totally forgotten about just how involved nature is in this deeply human and deeply felt art that we as human beings perform. And we can all serve justice in the name of love. We can all be preachers of love. And in our lives, we can all take that leap of faith for the attainment of love. Because love doesn't just belong to one individual, it belongs to the entire world. It belongs to each of us. And we each have to make our decisions on who do we share that love with? How do we share that love? Okay, that's all I got. That's the reading. Hope you'll have a wonderful evening, morning, day, whatever it's going to be when you watch this video. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. If it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave an even bigger comment complaining about how it doesn't resonate with you. Whatever. I don't care. I love you. I will love you one way or another, regardless of how you feel about it. All right? Have a good one. Bye.